For the second time in this series, the Hartford Whalers are in the Stanley Cup Final. And it's a little bit weird because I feel like I was more confident going into the Carolina series rather than this one. I've talked about it for the past few episodes, that 2-year rebuild plan where we get rid of Pastrnak, we get rid of Marner, we use all of these draft picks to go out and get these players to really help rebuild this team, to get that core intact. And I said it earlier, this year, if we have success, cool. If we don't, I'm not too concerned, really. Yet here we are, in the Cup Final against the New York Islanders. Now, it hasn't been without, we'll say, bumps in the road. Of course, the bottom six has just been a revolving door, which really can't be, all that surprising when I've talked about the fact that our current team is not yet locked in. This isn't the team that we thought would be competing for a cup, hopefully year in and year out. And we've made another change. Tony Andrews is getting the call-up. He's a 75 overall center, 23 years old, low elite potential. However, he is listed, as a fourth-line player. And to be honest, I don't really know how. You look at that, attributes kind of setup. It's not great. He's not particularly good at any one thing. 84 offensive awareness, 91 stick checking is obviously nice. Really good shot blocking as well. He's not an overly physical player, but we're going to give him the chance. These are the lines we're going to go with. Of course, we had to kind of panic in Game 7 of the last episode and put Daniel Sprong on the top line, and I will continue with that. But you look at these players, Tierney, Deneau, Dadonov, Connor Brown, and just how disappointing they were. We are absolutely having to rethink what the bottom six is going to be. And I am coming down with a little bit of a cold. I mentioned that in previous episodes. I'm sorry. Actually, I don't know if I mentioned that in previous episodes. It might have been on Twitch. But still, I'm probably going to have to clear my throat quite a bit this episode. And I apologize for that. Now, as I mentioned, our team is set. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we are up against. Let's get a look at the New York Islanders. Oh boy. Now, this is an interesting team for many reasons. The first of which is Artemi Panarin. Oh God, 90 overall at 32 years old. 7 goals and 15 assists this postseason in 17 games. 22 points in 17 games. That's obviously quite scary. And then you factor in that he's playing alongside John Tavares, who is still an Islander at this point in time. God damn, I'm sorry. It's just the words here. You know what? Swig of Arnold Palmer. I know you can't see me drinking it, but that's okay. Just believe. Just believe. And that, yes, it is all an effort to not have to, edit anything with this video. Because, damn it, I'm a man of little time. I gotta make the most of it. John Tavares, 17 points, 11 goals this postseason. And then you have Joshua Ho-Sang, who has become a 91 overall player, 25 points in 17 games, 20 assists. Oh my God. Could you imagine? Oh man, if he becomes half of that in real life, good Lord, the Islanders have a player on their hands, that's for sure. But damn, 95 offensive awareness. You look at the puck skills category, no real surprise that he is that damn good. We move to the second line where it doesn't get much easier. You do have a legitimate second line player in Vladimir Nemestnikov. Only 4 points. I'll say what I always say. They've still made it to the Cup Final, despite him only having 4 points. The danger is what if he gets his game going? We're going to be in that much more trouble. He is centered by Matthew Barzal, who is up to an 89 overall as well, or I shouldn't say as well, but he is a beast as well, alongside Joshua Ho-Sang. 9 points this postseason. He is a first-line forward, so playing, slightly diminished role as to where he should be, but still equally as dangerous. And the third man on that second line is Ola Markstrom, who was the 6th overall pick in 2019, so it's a little bit surprising to see that they had that high of a pick, only a year or two into the sim. It would have been 2 years into the sim. He is a third-line player. 88 offensive awareness is what, I noticed first and foremost. 22 years old, only 3 points, 3 goals, but much like with Nemesnikov, if that second, just in general, if that second line gets going, we are in trouble. Big time trouble. Third line, you have Brett Connolly, now 32 years old. He has 5 points this postseason, with Anthony Beauvillier, 7 points, and Ivan Lazarev, 4 points this postseason, the former 12th overall pick. Actually, he was taken in the same draft as Ola Markstrom. So not a bad bit of business in the first round of the 2019 draft for the New York Islanders. We go to the fourth line. They have Joe Blandisi, 2 points so far this postseason, with Devin Beckett. Surprise, surprise! Surprise, surprise, a first-round selection from the 2019 draft. However, he was a Whaler pick. He was a Whaler pick. We gave him up. I'd love to know what the overall was at the time. Currently a fourth-line player. And, wow, we made a mistake, didn't we? Damn. Oh, my God. Despite him being a playmaker, he would be perfect for the fourth line. Like, that is the type of bottom six player we need. Like, his attribute setup right now is perfect for a bottom six player. Which, not exactly ideal for a 9th overall selection, but still, compared to the issues we've had with the bottom six so far, he might have been a good player to pick up, although he does only have 3 points. He's currently a -8, but Devin Beckett. Oh, God, you're going to come back to haunt me in this series, aren't you? The final member of the offense is Tom Kuhnhackl. He has 2 points and is a -6. So, interesting. Interesting start. We'll take a look at their defense. Top pairing of Ryan Murray and Torrey Krug. Krug with 12 points so far this postseason. Second pairing is Nick Leddy. He is still an Islander with Nikita Zadorov. The third pairing, Danny DeKeyser with Travis Hamonic. All right, who, because this was the 32nd team expansion, I believe the Calgary trade would have not, kicked in before that began. So there you go. That explains why he's still there. Needless to say, I am not surprised. You have your third pairing consisting of top 4 defensemen. Offensively, that top line is ridiculous. Who's the goaltender, though? That's my question. But not first and foremost, but I do want to take a look at any injuries or scratched players. They do have 3 healthy scratches. Calvin DeHaan, who's only 33, but he's down to a 74. Tommy Kelly, former third-round selection, and Parker Wotherspoon. The goaltender is Linus Soderstrom. Linus Soderstrom, who has a .932 save percentage so far in this postseason run. Stuart Skinner is the backup goalie, although he is a low-end starter. He played 1 game, had a 31 save shutout, so we're not going to get much help even if Soderstrom goes down to injury. As is usually the case, I am not instilled with much more confidence than I had before looking at their lineups. If anything, I'm extremely scared. Extremely scared. But regardless, it is time the Stanley Cup Finals begin. Right here and right now. Game 1 in Brooklyn, maybe? Who knows where they are at this point in time, right? Maybe they're next to Citi Field. Who knows? Maybe they move to Hamilton. Might happen. You never know. First period of Game 1, and that's a half-decent start for us. It's Gary. I always want to say Glenn. I don't know why. Gary Harkins with the first goal. We talked about how he hasn't really put up the points that we expected him to. Well, that's a great start for him. Unfortunately, Artemi Panarin, less than a minute later, gets the goal back. Warren Dirksen is the difference maker, scoring with 36 seconds to go in the period. Second period, can we at least maintain the lead? No, we cannot. John Tavares scores 1 minute and 6 seconds into the period, and that was the only goal. 25 shots to 19 in favor of the Islanders, but we are tied on the scoreboard as we begin the third period. Needless to say, the next goal is going to be important. Power play chance for the Islanders is killed off. We get one of our own that we can't do anything with. 5 minutes to go. Next goal will win this game, and it's Tom Kuhnhackl. Can there be a late goal? No, there cannot. My statement proven to be correct. Of all the people to score, it's Tom Kuhnhackl, the fourth liner, with 3:45 to go in the first period, or in the first period, in the third period, in regulation, I should say. I was going to say no goals in the first, no goals in the second. That's why it's scoreless. You get the point. I will admit to something else. As well as getting a little bit sick. There's construction and roofing going on in my neighborhood right now. I'm distracted. Also, I got to keep looking over at Emmy, who wants to bark every time somebody walks past a window. So, against all odds, we're going through with this episode, is my point. Unfortunately, we have managed to lose the first game. Kuhnhackl, your first star, although clearly he should have given it to Soderstrom. Although somehow he didn't. Wait a minute. What? Okay, wait, never mind. Okay, we're good. We're good. I'm sorry. I forgot. I zoned out. I told you guys. Nothing but the highest of qualities. I'm like, wait a minute. We didn't score 2 goals, did we? No, we did. We did. Just didn't feel like it. I forgot all about that first period. Harkins and Dirksen scoring. I was just so focused on the fact that, of all people, Tom Kuhnhackl got the game winner. And from there, I just started to lose my mind. We'll try to regroup here. It's game 2. Needless to say, the goal is always to take one of the first 2 games on the road when starting a series. If not both of them, we can no longer do that. So let's make sure we at least get the win here in game 2. Let's go. First period. And that's a half-decent start, I guess. John Tavares scores 34 seconds in. Nolan Patrick is able to get the goal back. Basically even in shots, tied on the scoreboard through the opening 20. Second period, still tied. 21 shots to 20 in our favor. It's going to be another close game from the looks of it. Third period, let's go. We need this win. We cannot afford to fall down 2-0 in this series. Tom Kuhnhackl. Are you kidding me? And the Mesnikov makes it 3-1. Oh my God. All right. Thankfully, Dirksen gets a goal back. We have 5.5 minutes to work with. Is that enough time? Can we force overtime here in game 2? No, we cannot. I thought it would be Devin Beckett that would rip us apart as a fourth liner. No, the correct answer was Tom Kuhnhackl. Who saw that coming? Warren Dirksen, like I said, was able to kind of put up a fight. They ended up out shooting us 33-29, and the New York Islanders have a 2-0 series lead after the first 2 games. Soderstrom with a .931 save percentage in game 2, and we have some thinking to do and maybe, possibly, some changes to make. Now, of course, as a Bruins fan, I know full well that a 2-0 series lead, losing the first 2 games on the road, it's not a death sentence in a series, but we do have our work cut out for us here. Let's take a look. Nolan's really struggling, I would say. I don't really know what Daniel Sprong's done point total-wise. We're going to reunite. Actually, in fairness, Dirksen's putting up goals, so we'll leave that. Take a look at the defensive pairings. And they're not doing too bad. We're going to swap Appleby and Harkins, just what side they're playing. And we're pretty much going to go for it. I don't really see, a problem that we can kind of identify and change. It's just a matter of the Islanders being better over those first 2 games. We'll hope to change that here in game 3. Otherwise, we're going to be in a lot of trouble. But no more negativity. Nothing but positive thoughts and thinking. First period of game 3 here on home ice in Hartford. Let's go. Scoreless. How exciting. Outshot 12-9 through the opening 20. Second period, not scoreless. Daniel Sprong, we leave him on the top line, and he gets the opening goal of this game just about exactly halfway through with 10 minutes and 2 seconds to go in the second period. We're out shooting them 22-19. 20 minutes away from getting on the board in this series. Come on. We got this. Got to clear my throat again. God damn it. That's okay. Phil Quick. Phil Quick makes it 2. All right, we're looking good. halfway through the third period, up by 2. I believe in Jyrki Petrolainen. I do. I believe in him. He's got this, and if he didn't, he does now. Austin Watson with another insurance goal, and the Hartford Whalers are not done yet. A 3-0, 34-save shutout victory for Jyrki Petrolainen and the Whalers, and we are on the board in this series, just as I was certainly hoping for. 34 saves for Petrolainen, 2 assists for Radish, and the goal for Mr. Phil Quick. And there you have it. We may just have ourselves a series after all. Who would have thought? 3-0 though. Didn't see that coming. We're going to jump right into it. Game 4. Let's go. Let's see if we can keep up this momentum. The home team has yet to lose. Let's hope that trend continues, at least for one more game. I'd like to break that habit for Game 5. First period. Let's go. And that's not a great start. Joe Blandisi gets the lone goal of the first period. We technically outshot them. Or not technically outshot them. We just flat out outshot them. 14-8 in the first period. But Blandisi with another early goal. That's been a theme for the Islanders, is early goals in the period. They have the 1-0 lead. Second period, they don't have it anymore. Nathan MacKinnon and Gary Harkins strike back to give us the 2-1 lead at the end of the second period, outshooting them 22-16. Nathan MacKinnon, I mean, people have been saying it in the comments, arguably better than both Marner and Pasternak, at least in terms of playoff performance. Harkins waking up as well, which is gigantic for us. We have the lead. Can we hold on to it to tie this series is the question. So let's go. Yes, Taylor Radish makes it 3-1. Things are looking good. 12 minutes to go. I'm not going to count down every moment. We do have a power play opportunity. Ooh, Torrey Krug. I don't believe that was a shorthanded goal, but still, that's a little bit scary. 3 minutes to go. Can Petrolainen shut the door? Yes, he can. You never know when they're going to score with like 1 or 2 seconds left. Thankfully, that did not happen. The Whalers have tied this series up. The home team is undefeated through the first 4 games. And we have ourselves a series after a 3-2 victory in Game 4. Nathan MacKinnon, your first star with 2 points. A 2-assist night for Lucas Leidecker. And Taylor Radish with a goal have helped tie this series up. We're looking good. Outscoring them 6-2 over the last 2 games. It is essentially a best of 3 from this point on. That's all that matters at this point. Who wins Game 5? Who gets that advantage moving forward? We are back. I mean, again, I can't say on Long Island. I mean, I guess I could technically say in Brooklyn, although I think most people in real life don't expect them to still be in Brooklyn in 2024, but who knows? It might happen. Maybe. Still playing at that horrific arena with their off-center scoreboard. And the car in the corner. What a shit show. Anyway, I'm not here to take shots at the Islanders. It's fine. You know why? Because if I do, this game will definitely have me lose this series. So instead, we'll just start simming through Game 5. We'll focus on the task at hand, and that's winning our 3rd consecutive game. First period of Game 5, and that is not a great start. Ivan Lazarev with the lone goal of the first period. Again, fairly early on, under 4 minutes into the game. They outshot us 9-5 in the first period. Second period, and they don't have the lead anymore. Gary Harkins, have yourself a series. Austin Watson and Connor Roberts add 2 more, just 39 seconds apart. 3 goals in very quick succession, and the Whalers take a 3-1 lead. We had 19 shots that period. We're outshooting them 24-14. Outshooting someone 19-5 in the second period of a Stanley Cup playoff game. Holy shit. Again, Harkins, Watson, and Roberts. Austin Watson. Like, we claimed him off of waivers for the hell of it. Sent him down to the AHL. Oh, he'll never play. He's having himself a great postseason right now. He could be a future piece, a future part of this team. Like an integral part of this team in the bottom 6 if he keeps playing like this. Now, I don't want to get ahead of myself. We've seen teams blow leads before. this team included, we still have 20 minutes to go. But we are up 3-1. Things are looking good. Come on now, we can do this. 5 minutes gone. It's looking good. And now it's not. Matthew Barzal. See, case in point. This game is not over. We are halfway through the third period, though. It's been a while since Barzal scored, so it's time for Ho-Sang to score. This game is tied, and at this point, I'm just praying that we get to overtime, and we do. So there you go. You never want to get too far ahead of yourself with this game, is it'll flip you on your head. It'll just sweep the leg, knock you on your ass. Barzal and Ho-Sang have tied this game. They've both been a little bit quiet, Ho-Sang in particular. I mean, at least as far as goal scoring, but we know Ho-Sang was more of an assist man anyway. We're out shooting them 35-20. To be honest, you look at where you look at where Jyrki Petrolainen was beaten from. I kind of blame Petrolainen for this. I mean, neither is an incredible chance. I mean, you look even in the first period, all 3 shots from the outside. We need Petrolainen to be better. The offense has done their job. Now we need to rely on them to be able to get one more. Overtime in Game 5. Who will take the 3-2 series lead in the Stanley Cup Final? We have a power play opportunity that we cannot capitalize. The Islanders get one of their own. They can't capitalize on it either. Trading power plays here. What is going on? 4 minutes to go in overtime number 1, and we will go to a second overtime. I am so disappointed in our power play right now. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? 47 shots to 27. I mean, Petrolainen, I am disappointed in you, buddy. Because right now, Linus Soderstrom is the difference maker in this game. Double overtime. McKinnon, Lydecker, Patrick, Sprong, Quick, Dirksen, Provorov. Think about all of the offensive firepower we have. The unfortunate thing is the Islanders also have themselves a fair bit of offensive firepower. Artemi Panarin gets the OT winner in double overtime, the double OT winner. It's a 4-3 final despite us out shooting them 48-29. No doubt. Wow, actually, never mind. I thought no doubt Linus Soderstrom was the first star of the game. He should have been. He is the reason why they were in it and why they had the opportunity to come back. 2-point night for Panarin, 2-point night for Ho-Sang. The big thing is who was in the box for that game-winning goal, and it was nobody. Alrighty then. Unless it's kind of glitching out and maybe it was Appleby or TVR. It might be glitching out. It might not be able to track the fact that, that there were, multiple overtimes. I don't know for sure. So that is incredibly disappointing as we throw away a 3-1 lead and lose Game 5 in double overtime. And again, it came down to Jyrki Petrolainen. He was just not good enough. An .862 save percentage. A great save percentage if you're an EASHL goaltender, not if you're a franchise, mode NHL starter. Not great. And now we have to win 2 straight games. Again, the home team has yet to lose in this series. And while I have faith in Jyrki Petrolainen moving forward, again, he was my hand-picked guy. He was the goalie that I thought would be able to lead us into the future. And he's done a great job so far this season. He is only 22 years old. But that was an incredibly disappointing game where he really let the team down. Of course, he's still going to start. There's no question about that. I don't really feel like as though there's any changes we should make to the lineup. I mean, Tony Andrews hasn't contributed much, but he hasn't been a detriment, and you could argue that's what Tierney, Danault, Dadonov, and Brown were. So the team will remain the same. It's Game 6 on home ice. We are either 60 minutes away, minimum, could go to overtime again, but we are either 60 minutes away from forcing a Game 7 back in Brooklyn, we'll say, for the hell of it, or this series and this season end in disappointment. And I certainly hope that's not the case First period of Game 6. And that is the start that we needed. Harkins strikes again. We called him out. He is delivering. Job well done from Gary Harkins. We are outshot 13-10, but we have the lead at the end of the opening 20 minutes. Second period, Nemesnikov was able to tie it. Daniel Sprong replied relatively quickly. Again, another outside shot beating Petrolainen. But we do have the 2-1 lead heading into the third period, despite being outshot 27-19. 20 minutes away from Game 7, or 20 minutes away from this season being over. Thankfully, Warren Dirksen gets the insurance goal. We have a power play opportunity as well. We can't do anything with it, but we do have the 3-1 lead. Halfway through the third period, we have another power play chance that we cannot capitalize on. 5 minutes to go, and John Tavares scores. Oh my God, power play chance for the Islanders. Please kill it off. Thank you, God. Tuzolino with the empty netter. Whoo! Oh my God. Well, that was stressful. But thankfully, at the end of it, the Hartford Whalers have forced Game 7 against the New York Islanders. And again, the home team has yet to lose. And it'll come down to that Game 7 where either that trend will finally end or the New York Islanders will be raising the Stanley Cup. Oh my God. Warren Dirksen again made it 3-1. John Tavares got them back into the game, but thankfully, with 48 seconds to go, Eric Tuzolino had gotten the empty netter, had gotten that extra goal, that insurance goal that we needed. And Jyrki Petrolainen, bravo. We needed that from you. You could argue that Game 5 loss really rested on his shoulders. He fought back in Game 6 with a .951 save percentage and 39 saves. And again, Game 7 awaits us on June 1st, 2024. A 3-point night from Dirksen and quick one-an effort from that second line. And it comes down to this. Game 7. Well, I mean, if you remember our journey here, it was fairly ridiculous. We started off against the St. Louis Blues. We were able to beat them in 6 games. We then went on to play the Winnipeg Jets and eliminated them in 5. And that led us to face the Vegas Golden Knights in the Western. I think I just said Eastern again, and I'm sorry. But that did lead us to face the Golden Knights in the Western Conference Final. It took 7 games. And now here in the Stanley Cup Final, we are going to another Game 7 against the New York Islanders. Comes down to this one final game. Again, we were so close against the Hurricanes just a few seasons ago. We are back, and despite, a not tremendous lineup on paper in some aspects, we're 60 minutes away. As you look at some of the point totals here, you know what? I can't delay it. We'll look at point totals after the fact. We'll look at point totals after our cup celebration. Let's do this. Let's go. Game 7 in Brooklyn. 60 minutes away. Who will walk away as champion? Let's find out. First period. And it's a perfect start. Oh my God. Lucas Leidecker, Tony Andrews of all people, and Nathan MacKinnon. Are you kidding me? What a start to this game. Leidecker 1 minute and 3 seconds in. Tony Andrews gets his first career NHL goal, and it's in a Game 7 of a Stanley Cup Final on the road. And Nathan MacKinnon adds one just over a minute later. 3 goals on 15 shots. You have to wonder whether or not Linus Soderstrom is still in goal for them, or is it Stuart Skinner at this point? 3 goals, all from the outside. Unreal. Unreal. Are you kidding me? You don't want to get too excited, but when you're up 3-0 at the end of the first period in a Game 7 of a Stanley Cup Final, you kind of can't help but be a little bit optimistic. Holy hell, man. All right. We're in a good spot. Oh, God, we're in a really good spot. Second period, and it's even better. Nathan MacKinnon gets another one. Eric Tuzolino makes it 5. We were right, by the way. Stuart Skinner between the pipes for the Islanders, the Hartford Whalers. Oh my God. 5 goals. We are outshooting them 26-9 through 40 minutes. And we are 20 minutes away from bringing the Stanley Cup to Hartford. Are you kidding me? Who the hell expected this for a Game 7 performance? Just battering the Islanders in every possible way. We're able to kill off that power play. 10 minutes to go before we get to call this a series. As, you know what, here, let's sim a little bit further. Let's enjoy these moments. Let's enjoy these final few moments as Nathan MacKinnon, in his first season, I didn't even know that he was wearing the A, but in his first season with the Whalers, helps lead this team to a Stanley Cup. Are you kidding me? Like, are you kidding me? That is unreal. That is absolutely unreal. Oh shit, I forgot. All right, well, I guess I'm playing. I forgot to hit computer versus computer game, whatever. It's inconsequential at this point. People always ask, when are you going to play with the team? Well, here you go. It's Game 7 in the Stanley Cup Final when the series is all but over. As Zadorov gets bumped off the puck by Max Jones. Jones, can you make the pass? No? Fight for it, buddy. Fight for it. What is going on? Oh, Austin Watson. Austin Watson tucks it. Oh, my God. What a goal. Austin Watson makes it 6 as the Hartford Whalers continue to march on. His 6th goal of the postseason. And again, as it's going to do the goalie switch like it always does, you talk about just what a pickup he was for this team. A waiver pickup that we put into the lineup out of necessity due to our bottom 6 just being horrific for the early stages of this postseason run. We put him into the lineup, and it could not have gone any better. Imagine just how many fans would actually be here if there was a cup final between a Connecticut team and a New York team. Jesus Christ, that shot power was unreal. 52 seconds to go. The Islanders are just trying to work in the dump and chase. It's not working out too well for them, although it will here. Oh, Lineker, what a hit. What a hit. Couldn't get rid of the puck. He corrals it. Daniel Sprong trying to wait for Nathan MacKinnon. MacKinnon takes the shot. Big save. 35 seconds to go. Absolutely unreal. Who would have expected this? And again, this team on paper is only going to get better, but the question is, how much better do we have to get? We just won the Stanley Cup with this team. That's unreal. I mean, again, all of the changes we made. You talk about how this series started. 10 seconds to go. Murray with the interception, but that will do it. Brett Connolly, I'm so sorry, buddy. No Stanley Cup for you. Big save by Petrolainen right at the death. 1.3 to go. I don't even know who that is that took the penalty. Doesn't matter. Unless they have a Tyler Toffoli on their team, it's over. They don't. And there you go. The Hartford Whalers have won the Stanley Cup in 7 games against the New York Islanders. Our second attempt at going for the cup. We lose to the Carolina Hurricanes. Again, the new Whalers against the old. And now we come back. Look at the head of hair on that guy, by the way. I need to figure out who that is when he raises the cup. Oh my God, Johnny T, John Tavares, I'm so sorry, buddy. Seriously, who the hell is that guy with just like the blonde afro? I love him. I do. I love him. You talk about what we went through with this team as the expansion franchise, trading away everybody. Just everybody. Trying to rebuild this team, getting all the draft picks, getting some top-notch players. You look at the guys that we traded away like Boulis. Factor in players that we brought in like Jake DeBrusk, who didn't make it. Max Jones, who did. So many changes to this team. We take the shortcut with David Pastrnak and Mitch Marner trying to kind of jump forward a little bit as Jyrki Petrolainen, the Finn, is your Conn Smythe winner with a .932 save percentage. My God, his pads are a disaster. But, I mean, I'm shocked considering, you look at the players on this team. Nathan MacKinnon, how did he not get it? I don't care. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? And after all of that, all of those changes, we get to this point where we make all those moves. We bring in guys like Quick, like Petrolainen, Tuzolino, Harkins, and in one season, it's led to this. And our captain, through all of it, Nolan Patrick, raises the Stanley Cup. The Hartford Whalers have done it, baby. Oh my God. Whew. Who the hell would have thought we'd win it this quickly? I mean, it's not even this quickly. It's 2024. But I thought for sure we still had some time to go as Austin Watson gets the cup. He's staying. I don't care. He is a talisman for this team now. He might be a future Hall of Famer. I might have to put him on the Hall of Fame ballots. Oh my God, Taylor Radish gets the cup third. I love this new celebration, by the way. I'm sure when they don't change it for another 8 years or 10 years, it'll get a bit old as the screen goes black. I have that damn setting where the screen goes black every 2 minutes instead of 10. That really shouldn't be a thing, and I need to change that, but that's okay. It did not ruin the moment for me. Nothing could ruin this moment. Taylor Radish taking his sweet damn time with that cup, but you go ahead, buddy. You go right ahead, and there we go. The man of the hour, the Conn Smythe winner, Jyrki Petrolainen, raises the cup. I mean, Game 5, an absolute disaster for us. He comes back and dominates over the next 2 games. Nolan Patrick, Nathan MacKinnon, right there. You talk about the players that we've had on this team. It's insane. And this was the group that was able to get it done. I can't find out whose haircut that was. I need to figure that out. Before we end this episode, we'll try to find out who that was. Nathan MacKinnon was your first star here in Game 7 with a 3-point night. Same for Tuzolino. Petrolainen with the 21 save shutout in Game 7. That sealed it. He had 6 shutouts in this postseason. Like, that is absurd. So never mind. When I said I'm a little bit surprised, it's not Nathan MacKinnon. Never mind. No, I'm not. Oh my God. We actually did it. It took 25 games, but we actually did it. Let's get that beautiful, beautiful confirmation. The Calder Cup is over as well. The Chicago Wolves win the Calder Cup, but there you have it. The Hartford Whalers have won the Stanley Cup in 7 games over the New York Islanders. And again, we talked about, the comments, is Nathan MacKinnon better than Marner and Pastrnak combined? He gets 71 points in his first season here, 36 goals, 35 assists. And then in the postseason, he was a point-a-game player, 25 points in 25 games, 15 goals for Nate MacKinnon. Lucas Leidecker, now 20 years old, 18 assists, 23 points at the end of this run. Daniel Sprong, one of those players that we acquired, who's actually stuck around on this team, and for good reason, 19 points in this postseason, 18 points apiece for Warren Dirksen and Phil Quick. Nolan Patrick, actually, not as good as you would have thought, 14 points, but still a job well done to our captain. Austin Watson, 9 points in 19 games, 6 goals. He's going to be staying here for a bit, I think. I don't see me getting rid of him. He has an expiring deal. I don't see how we could get rid of him. Gary Harkins, again, only 9 points in 25 games, but think of what he did in the Islanders series alone. Unreal performance from him. He showed up when we needed him. Taylor Radish with 9 points as well. Ken Appleby with 9 assists. Tuzolino with 8 points. 8 points for Provorov. Max Jones and Connor Roberts with 6 points apiece. 4 points in 21 games for Nick Foligno. TVR, not much of a point getter. Andrews, I mean, He had 1 point. He has one career NHL point in 7 games, all 7 games in the postseason, and he scores in Game 7. That's unreal. Tierney, 1 point in 6 games. He was a -5. Philip Deneau had 1 point in 7 games. He was a -4. Dadonov, 1 point in 10 games. Casey Ribeiro, of course, our third pairing defenseman, not much of a point getter. Griffin Reinhart played some games. And then Connor Brown, no points in 5 games. He was a -6. Again, it was up and down for that bottom 6. A lot of turnover, but we were able to find the right combination at the right time for us. No doubt about that. Jyrki Petrolainen, your Conn Smythe Award winner, with a .934 save percentage in 25 games, 6 shutouts in this postseason, a 193 goals against average. Imagine a 913. Jesus. But what an effort from him. 49 goals against in 25 games. And he also picked up an assist in the course, or over the course of those games. Oh my God. Whew, we did it. That's all I can think, man. We did it. Let's look at the power play percentage for the hell of it. Let's look at every stat and enjoy the moment. We finished the postseason with a 20.3% power play, which isn't too bad, an 82% penalty kill. Good enough. That's all that mattered. It was good enough to get the job done. I actually want to take a look. I imagine Nathan MacKinnon put up a fight, but an Islanders player most certainly led the postseason. Oh yeah, Joshua Ho-Sang, 31 points in 24 games, 26 for Panarin. I mean, you just look at what that top line did for the Islanders. It's kind of crazy to think that they didn't win the Cup. Let's take a look at some awards. 2 years ago, we lose to the Carolina Hurricanes. The Islanders were the defending Stanley Cup champions, a fact that I completely forgot about. Oh my God. We lose to Carolina 2 years ago, and now we beat the defending Stanley Cup champions in 7 games on home ice. What the hell? Like, are you kidding me? as if this win couldn't get any better. We beat them on home ice as defending Cup champions. That is unreal. John Tavares won the Art Ross this season, led the league in scoring. He was also the Hart Trophy winner. Drew Doughty won a Norris, dethroning Dougie Hamilton, a 2-time winner, 2-time consecutive winner, or I should just say consecutive winner. Lady Bing went to Ho-Sang. Brashear in Arizona wins the Calder. Petrolainen takes home the Conn Smythe, although, again, hilarious that Torrey Krug was the Conn Smythe winner the year before. The Vezina went to Braden Holtby. Thatcher Demko and DiPietro get credit for the Jennings. Let's take a look here. Tavares also won the Selke, the Lindsay, and the Rocket Richard. Oh my God. Like, one of the best seasons in NHL history, apparently, for John Tavares on the defending championship team, and we were able to beat them in 7 games. Insane. Tony Andrews led the AHL in scoring, which is amazing. I mean, Jansen Harkins. What am I thinking of? I was thinking of Warren Dirksen. Why the hell did I think of Jansen Harkins? We haven't used him in a series in so long. Warren Dirksen won it a few years ago, as did Spencer Watson. Did we get any other hardware? Marc-Andre Fleury was the goalie of the year, as well as the MVP of the playoffs. Alex Formenton wins an award, and aside from Fleury putting up the best GAA average, there aren't any other familiar names. If you can't tell, I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my mind. I'm enjoying the moment. The Whalers have won the Stanley Cup, and the last thing we have to do is try to find out, and we got to try to find out which guy is the owner of that luxurious head of hair. It isn't Phil Quick. Phil Quick's the guy who looks like he's about 20 years older than he actually is. It's not going to be Connor Roberts, I can guarantee you that, but we'll look for the hell of it. Indeed, it is not Connor Roberts. Let's find out. Who is it? Who is it? Imagine if it was Nathan MacKinnon. It's not Lydecker. I mean, again, we already know. I mean, the Black Gretzky has redeemed him. Lucas Lydecker, an alternate captain on this team, 20 years old. a Stanley Cup champion. Can you imagine if it's Warren Dirksen? I would love that if it's Warren Dirksen, which it is not. So there you go, Warren Dirksen. Nice head of hair, buddy. At the very least, you proved to be a true second-line player for us. It's not Nolan Patrick. It's not Daniel Sprong. It shouldn't be Radish. At least not to that extent. It should not be Taylor Radish. I don't think it is. That would be ridiculous if it is. Am I allowed to change his... No, it's not. There you go. All right, so it's not Taylor Radish. It's obviously one of the computer-generated players. It's just a matter of which one. Most of them have been sent back down. Is it Kelly Appleby? That would be great if it is. Is it Kelly Appleby? It is not. It is not. Nice goatee, though, on Mr. Appleby. We need to know. We need to know. And I know some people are like, oh, what you know, some people actually like to know like what the computer-generated guys look like. So here you go. This is your way to find out. It's not Gary Harkins. Nice playoff beard, though, Mr. Harkins. Great effort from you in the Islanders series. It's got to be Tuzolino or Ribeiro at this rate. I don't know who else it would be. My guess is Tuzolino. It's not. It is not Tuzolino. No, it is. It is. All right. Eric Tuzolino, my new favorite player. Don't you love how that's like? Look at how it looks there. And then helmet off. Boom. Tuzolino. Well done. Good choices. Good choices for Eric Tuzolino. Oh my God. Well, guys, that will do it for this amazing episode as the Hartford Whalers are, again, Stanley Cup champions. We're not again Stanley Cup champions, but again, the Hartford Whalers are your new Stanley Cup champions. And the best part is the journey begins all over again next season, as we are still in line for what I imagine will be a fairly ridiculous off-season, as we have a lot of picks to move. We might have a lot of players to move as well, but for the moment, sit back and rejoice. The Whalers are champions. I have brought the cup to Hartford, as I promised to do, and now the next step is to turn this team into a dynasty. I thank you all so much for watching. If you choose to leave a like on the video and subscribe, I do appreciate it. Links are in the description to my Twitter and Twitch. Give me a follow on there if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next episode. I'll catch you later.